Every night, millions of people sleep outdoors in just a thin shell of fabric, surrounded by forests, crawling with creatures that could kill them. Lions, bears, leopards, and wolves roam nearby. These creatures hear heartbeats across clearings and see perfectly through total darkness. And yet, nearly every single camper wakes up completely unharmed the next morning. Not from luck, not because predators were absent. The answer reaches back 2 million years, running through biology, evolution, chemistry, and fire. This is what happens out there in the dark. Start with this. You are terrifying, not personally, but humans as a species genuinely frighten large predators at a deep evolutionary level. No claws, no great speed, poor night vision. On paper, humans seem underwhelming, and yet a 2019 UC Santa Cruz Street UDI revealed something striking. Mountain lions, hearing ordinary human voices, fled at the same rate as hearing barking dogs, sometimes even faster. They abandoned fresh kills and ran. Lions in Kruger reduced movement near humans. Tigers avoided Indian villages. Jaguars rerouted entirely around areas of regular human presence. These animals are physically capable of attacking. They have simply decided, across thousands of generations, that being near humans is not worth it. Humans have hunted and killed large predators for 2 million years, shaping the genetics of every apex predator alive today through relentless selection pressure. We drove mammoths, giant sloths, woolly rhinos, and saber-toothed cats to extinction. Entire continents were stripped of megafauna after humans arrived. In North America alone, wolves were hunted to near extinction, and mountain lions eliminated from the entire eastern continent over several brutal centuries. Over thousands of generations, this process selected for caution. Predators that approached human camps too boldly were killed. The cautious ones survived. Eventually, caution stopped being learned behavior and became biological. It became instinct. It became the factory setting of every large predator alive. When a leopard picks up your scent on a night breeze, what fires in its system is not a thought. It is something older than thought, an inherited signal. That biological signal says, do not engage with that thing. Move on. It is a memory passed down from every ancestor that survived contact with humans. To an animal with a nose up to 100,000 times more sensitive than yours, you broadcast a dense and deeply alien chemical signal while sleeping. Bears have smells 7 times stronger than a bloodhound. Wolves detect scents from 2 miles away. Big cats taste the air through a specialized mouth organ. You smell like synthetic fabrics, processed food, soap, sunscreen, and insect repellent. A cocktail of artificial compounds with no analog in the natural world. Underneath all that, there is a primate scent, but not the scent of any prey these predators evolved to recognize. You do not fit the profile. You are an anomaly. The campfire is one of the most underappreciated technologies humans have ever discovered. Fire produces a near-universal fear response in virtually all land animals. This fear is not learned. It is innate. Animals raised in labs, never near fire, still show clear avoidance at the mere smell of smoke. The fear is that ancient. Humans discovered fire between 1 and 2 million years ago. Sleeping beside fire has been standard operating procedure for nearly all of that time. A campfire broadcasts a signal into the surrounding darkness. Something capable of controlling fire is here. Avoid this place. Predators receive this message automatically. Large predators are not reckless. The fearless killing machine of movies is fiction. In reality, predators are extraordinarily cautious in every engagement decision. A lion has no medical care. A wolf gets no sick days. One serious injury, a broken leg or deep bite, can mean slow death by starvation in the wild. Every decision a predator makes about engaging something is a survival calculation. Is the caloric reward worth the injury risk? Is the probability of success high enough? Sleeping human fails this calculation in several ways at once. First, unfamiliarity. A predator attacks prey it has studied for hundreds of hours. Humans are wildly unpredictable. We might wake screaming, have tools nearby, have other humans who respond. That uncertainty is a massive red flag for any predator. Second, there is size. Upright humans are actually quite large. Bipedal posture reads as inherently assertive. It is what gorillas and bears do to intimidate rivals. Third, why bother? In healthy ecosystems, easier targets exist. Prey that fits the predator's biological template and carries none of the dangerous evolutionary baggage. Your sleep is not as helpless as it feels. Human sleep cycles between deep slow-wave sleep and lighter stages, where the brain remains surprisingly responsive. Scientists call this the sentinel function of sleep. Even while resting, your brain still filters sensory input and flags sounds or smells that seem threatening or unusual. Humans who slept too deeply in our evolutionary past were more likely to never wake up. Lighter sleepers survived and passed their genes forward. Sleep was tuned. You feel completely helpless when unconscious, but you are actually running a fairly sophisticated early warning system the entire time you sleep. Humans almost never camp genuinely alone. We travel and sleep in groups. Those groups respond collectively, and predators understand group dynamics fundamentally. Predatory strategy depends on separation, finding the animal that has fallen behind or been cut off. A full camp where waking one person wakes all is not that. The risk of a clean hunt turning into chaotic group defense is precisely the kind of outcome predators evolved to avoid at almost any cost of hunger. The attacks that do happen follow a consistent pattern: injured predators that can no longer hunt normal prey, starving animals whose habitat has been destroyed, or predators that have lost their inherited wariness through contact with tourists, or old and desperate animals past their physical prime, no longer able to catch usual prey. The TSO lions of 1898 killed dozens of railway workers, but they were deeply unusual animals, one with severe dental damage that prevented hunting normal prey. The Champawat tiger killed an estimated 436 people before hunter Jim Corbett found it had shattered canine teeth from a prior gunshot wound. It could no longer hunt natural prey, pushed by injury and habitat destruction. It preyed on the only prey that remained available and physically manageable. The pattern repeats across nearly every documented attack case. Something broke. The normal calculation changed. Inherited caution was overridden by desperation and need. When the ecosystem is intact, the predator healthy, and normal signals unscrambled by human food or careless behavior, the rule holds almost universally. We have been so effective at making the natural world afraid of us that it now causes ecological consequences we never anticipated or intended to create. When large predators avoid human zones, prey animals face reduced predation. Deer populations increase. That overpopulation then strips local vegetation systematically. Meanwhile, coyotes and foxes also reduce presence near humans, allowing rodent populations to explode well beyond normal limits. Everything shifts because of us. Our presence radiates through the ecosystem like a signal, changing behavior of predator layers across entire landscapes without us ever directly interacting with most animals. Just by being there, just by being the thing that evolution taught everything else to avoid. One species, one inherited fear, rippling across the entire living world. Most dangerous animal on Earth figured out fire before almost anything else, reshaping ecosystems, not just through what it eats, but through what it makes others fear. It sleeps in light cycles, travels in groups, and carries 10,000 generations of survival encoded somewhere deep in its biology. That animal is you. So the next time you lie in a tent, listening to something moving through the dark, let that old pulse of anxiety rise. That feeling kept your ancestors alive. The thing outside the tent is not coming in. It knows better than that. 2 million years of history made certain of it, long before tonight.